Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. There's a few people on. I'll give it just a couple more minutes and we'll get started. I don't want to keep you too long today. Oh, there's that Valera. So let's see, how many do we have on here? I'm trying to set this thing up so all the way up. There we go. And it froze. Am I still frozen? Can you guys hear me? Okay, there I am. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to do some basic tasks today, and then really that's like just part of our DMO and our everyday, what we should do. So let's start. I know it's already 11 and most people probably already have all these done, but let's go ahead and start with our birthdays, and reached out to all of our birthday people, and on their page, comment happy birthday and something a little bit more than happy birthday, but then also go into their messenger and send them a happy birthday text and say, I hope you have a great day today. Hope you're doing something fun. Something like that. So let's just take a couple minutes and go do our birthdays real quick. Comment in the chat when you have those finished. Hi, Sandra. Okay, is everybody done with their birthdays? Oh, I swear I'm gonna knock this table over. Okay, great. So it was a super, 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 super exciting month last month, right? So we had there was just so many rank advancements. There was so many people. And even so, and I don't know who all caught the Power Hour with Cedric on Thursday, but that was phenomenal too. And listen, so if you guys, so even if you didn't rank or you didn't, as long as you were working and pushing as hard as you can, you just need to be super proud of yourselves for that. And on his Power Hour, he was saying, acknowledge all, not just rank advancements, not just, somebody that's smashing through it all, but also, acknowledge the small victories. And they're not small, they're huge, right? Because you're just getting started, and it's it might not be somebody else's goal or somebody else's accomplishment, but it was a huge, huge, huge accomplishment for you. So you need to celebrate that, and don't be upset with yourself if you didn't make it to exactly where you wanted to be. Make it to just be proud of yourself for what you did get done, and then put that on your list for what you want to do and accomplish the next time. So don't beat yourself up over not getting to exactly where you wanted to be this month, okay? So that's just really important. And I liked how he expressed for us to acknowledge, especially when you're in your team chat or you're just helping somebody get started. Acknowledge all the other things too. Don't just acknowledge that they ranked to managing or associate or I mean senior or whatever. Acknowledge that they had a first sale. Acknowledge that they made their first post. Acknowledge their existence and that they signed up and you were freaking excited that they have joined your team. Give them that praise. Keep them going. Keep them excited. And yeah, like Valeria said, build them up every single day. Throw in tons of emojis to them, give them a big high five, acknowledge them in front of your other team members, and then make sure that you also go off to the side and let them know how super proud you are of them, because that's a huge step for a lot of people. And I mean, just to post something on their wall sometimes. I mean, we'll have people when we do, when we're starting their business launch with them or something, and they'll say, okay, I posted, and we'll go look, or my teammate, she'll have me go look and see, and they had it set to private because they're just embarrassed and they just don't know, and they don't want other people to see them. So even them taking that button and setting it to public is a huge deal for some people. So make sure that you're celebrating everything with them and keep them excited. If you aren't messaging them and if you aren't excited, they're not going to be excited, right? If you are not posting on your wall, they're not going to go post on their wall. And sometimes they're not posting because they don't want to. Sometimes they just don't know what to post. So you have to give them what to post every single day too. And that's okay. If you have to do that until they get it, then just do that with them. That's just my suggestion. So speaking of last month and everything that we had going on and all of the accomplishments, and it's just going to be an even bigger month. And you guys, if you weren't excited last month, you better get ready to get excited this month, because it's going to be huge. And so then that is one thing that I want to take maybe about 5 minutes to do. And I do this with my team as well. I always ask them every single month, I want to know what their goals are. And I'm just talking a monthly goal. I'm not talking that you want to be 6-star or 7-star, those are great goals, but those aren't monthly goals. So if you're a senior associate, what is your next monthly goal? How many people do you want to enroll this month? How many people do you want to reach out to? How many people do you want to tell about the special? How many people do you want to sign? Do you want to reactivate? What is your monthly end goal for you? Everybody's is probably different. Mine is always to be above where I was last month. in my numbers and things like that. So let's just take 5 minutes to write our monthly goals, because then when you're thinking about your monthly goals and you write those down, then I also have my team do weekly goals, because now we have to figure out what are we going to do every single week to reach that monthly goal. So you have to break it down into sections. Because if you can write monthly goals and you can write them, every month of the year, but if you aren't giving yourself something to do every day to reach that monthly goal, it's probably just going to sit there on that paper. So, and sometimes it's really hard to think of what you want your goals to be. So let's just take 5, however long, or think about it, and let's write down our monthly goals, and then let's go in and break that down and write out our weekly goals. I ask my team to always post it in our chat and group or whatever, so that we have it to reflect back on. And I like to read their goals, and because then I like to use those and stay in touch with them every week or mid-month, or to see where they are and see, like, sometimes they stall out, and then I want to go and read their goals and see what they actually wanted to accomplish this month. And then I want to remind them, because sometimes we need reminders of why we're doing this and why this was important to us in the beginning. And because we all have days that we tend to not want to show up, right? But it's super important to make sure that you do. And so then when you go back and you revisit those goals, you're like, yep, this is why I'm doing this, and I'm going to get this. So I'll give you just a couple minutes to do that, and I'll be right back. So right now, if anybody's just jumping on, we're just setting our goals. If we haven't already, we're setting our goals for the month of, what is this, May, right? So the month of May, and then we are writing our goals. We're breaking it down to our weekly goal. So what are we going to do this week to help us reach that monthly goal? Okay. So yes, Valera says goal setting is huge, and it is. And I noticed, I really wasn't doing that a while back, and then once I started doing it, it gave me more direction. It made me, and then I get in a little competition with myself to make sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing every day. So one of my things to do every day is my DMO, and then my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And no matter what, so our days get busy, and we get, there's just sometimes we just don't have enough time in the day. But no matter what, those are my things that I get done every single day before bed. So, and then that's just something, I just have it inside myself that I'm not going to let myself down, that I'm going to make sure that I get those things done. So now, let's go to our page. We're going to do a little post on our wall. It's an action post to get some action, right? And when you post these action posts, you also need to remember, don't just post it on your wall and then leave it and not go back to it. You want to make sure that you are going back and responding to every single person that comments on your wall. So we're going to do a little action post, and it is, I wrote this one down. You guys can use other ones of your own if you want. But I definitely need to decrease my use of the word blank, and then you fill in the blank. Okay. And then at the end, you want to make sure that you always ask a question. What's the one word you need to decrease? And drop some emojis, or, you know, so they'll comment below. I'll put that, I can type that in the chat. So this is the post we're going to go make on our wall. And I always mess up the word definitely, so don't judge me, because it won't read. And then it went too soon. Okay, so I definitely need to decrease my use of the word blank. What's one word that you need to decrease the use of? Go post that on your wall. Unless you're driving. I see some of you guys driving, so don't do that. And if you guys have any questions, put them over here in the chat. And then when you are done making that post, just comment over in the chat so that I know that you're done. And so for anybody hopping on, what we've done is we've already done our birthdays, we've wrote out our monthly goals, or we've been thinking about what we want to, and don't think too hard about that. Like, make sure that you get those goals on paper today. It's already the 2nd of the month, right? So we're already into day 2, and you know how fast last month went. This month's going to go even faster. So don't think about them too long. Get those wrote down. And then break it down and get this week's goals wrote down that you are wanting to do this week. And then we made an action post on our wall. I definitely need to decrease my use of the word, and whatever word that you use all the time. I use a lot, and I really need to get rid of that word. See, I just did it again. I hate it. So now I'm just going to get stuck on myself, and I'm not going to be able to move on. But anyway, I really need to decrease the word. What is one word that you need to decrease the use of? So put that on your wall. And then, like I said, and then make sure that you're commenting back to everybody. That's what, good Lord, that's what the action posts are meant for. You want to get action on your wall. You want to get back into those people's news feeds. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. So now I'm just probably going to sit and count them this whole entire call. It's going to drive me bonkers. Okay. So now everybody get that. Yeah. I'm just like, now it's just going to drive me nuts. Okay. So everybody, did you get that? Did you get that posted? Okay, great. So now let's move on and let's do some, how many follow-ups do you guys do a day? And let's go into our messenger and let's do some follow-ups. This is even a good time. I love the way that they've been doing the blitzing lately. That's just awesome. And so, but let's do some follow-ups. And when you're in there following up, you want to also tell them about this month's special because it's huge. It's a like really great deal. And I have a little thing. I don't know if I can post it. Maybe Valera, she's really good at some scripts. Let me see. I have a hard time doing it from my computer to here, but let me see what I can find for you guys to go in and use. Yeah, so important. So Valera says she does at least 30 a day, but she blitz 3 to 4 times a day. And it's really, really important, guys. Like you don't know how many people, and they're not going to get, they may get sick of hearing you, but they're not like going to get mad that you're messaging them. Just message them. I always look at my message beforehand. I try to always say something different. But they're not going to be upset. And the ones that are like, don't want you messaging them, they will eventually block you. And that's okay. Like let those ones block you. If they haven't blocked you, continue to message them. You never know. Like last week, I want to say I think it was last week, and I got 2 people that I have been talking to since 2016. 2 people. So they're always watching. They may not want to order right then and there. People have things that come up or it's not their time or they just don't know if it's right for them, but you want to stay in their ear with them or on your feed or in Messenger with them. It's really, really, really important. Yeah, and like Valeria said, check their page first before you message them. That really helps. And that, yeah, I do that a lot too. I always see like what's going on with them. And then I'm like, and you know, and sometimes I've even had somebody come through on my page, like they disappeared forever. And then all of a sudden they pop up and I'm like, oh, you know, because even though we try to do our follow-up systems and things like that, I don't know about you guys, but I do miss people. And then I'm like, what? How did I forget this person? Like, and then it's almost like, oh my gosh, like, do I even say something? Because it has been so long. So then what I do with that person is, hey, I know it's been a really long time since we've talked last. I just wanted to drop in and say hi and see how you're doing. That's it. I don't pitch a sale to them. I don't tell them about the new product or anything like that. Those are totally different, right? Because I kind of dropped the ball with them a little bit. So I just want to get back in front of them. And I know it's really hard right now. One of my things, I never used to be, I don't think I ever really was like a people person, but in the last few years, I've really gotten out of my shell a lot. And I know with this whole virus thing coming on, you know, all that going around and whatever, it's hard because we're not out as much. But you guys need to be talking to people. Like, I don't know how many times I have just met new people just because now I just speak to them, smile at them. It was really hard the other day because I had this mask on and I'm like, this is hard. Like, how do I talk to people, right? But yes, it has. And I noticed that. And I told I told my husband the other day, like, I just got this in my chest and I was like, I have got to go do something. But there, Valera put a little script in the chat for you guys to use. But when we are able to get out and get around people, start talking to people. That's one of the things. And then I noticed once I started it, I've never really stopped. And I am talking to everybody now. And my husband, it drives him bonkers sometimes, because even when I go into the post office, he's like, can you hurry up, please? Because he knows I am going to get in there and I am going to get stuck talking to people. So don't be afraid to talk to people. If you're one of those people that walk around with your phone in your hand and your head down, try putting it away one day. Make that one of your goals, that every time you are out in public, your phone is going to be in your back pocket or your purse, and make it a point that you're going to at least try to talk to 3 people that day. And you don't have to start big conversations with them, just a little, like, hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, today is just crazy, isn't it? Like, just something like that. And then it doesn't have to be about your product. Yeah, here's some good ones. So copy and paste these little things out of the chat and use those for some of your follow-ups. And Vicki, this is all going to get better. That little thing that you have sitting right here on your chest, just remember, just get up, go do something, call somebody. Sometimes you just need to call and vent to somebody. Just let them know, hey, I need to talk to for a few minutes. Are you busy? Call them, let them know how your day is going. Let them know that you're not feeling so well today. Because what happens is we get stuck feeling a certain type of way, and then our mood actually can reflect down on our business too. So you want to make sure that you're feeling good, and it's okay. You don't have to all of us are going to have bad days or feel like something's not going right that day, but just don't get stuck there. So use your people. You're welcome. It is. We all need somebody some days. So, and that's the one thing that I love, is that we all have each other, that we can go and, or is it just jump on a power hour, go get a new, go on the YouTube channel and watch a different power hour, go find some of that self-development. I'm not a very big reader. Like, I don't read a lot of books, but I love YouTube for the self-development. And you can go and sometimes I don't even get through the whole entire thing, but just that, I just needed that first few minutes of it. And I'm like, okay, done. I am done. Like, I'm ready. Now let's go do this, right? Or call one of your, chat one of your team members on the side, and try to make sure, like, I always try to say, and I was always taught this, like, don't complain down. And sometimes you're not complaining anyway, you're just, trying for a pick-me-up or whatever. But find somebody, and don't be afraid to ask them, hey, like I said, a few minutes, do you have a few minutes? I really need to talk. And you might get on there on a phone call with them or on a chat with them, and the subject might go totally different. So, and then even though you didn't get to get out what you thought, that you were all upset about, but you got off there feeling so much better. And you're like, okay, yeah. All right, so we made our, sorry, my nose won't quit running. We made our social media posts. We've done some follow-ups. We set our goals for the month and for the week. And we did our birthdays. So now what I want you to do is go and reach out to, or we're not going to go reach out, sorry. Go to your friends list and find one of your friends, and I want you to go make 20 new friends. So I go to my friends list, so I have a friend, Carrie, right? Then I go to Carrie's friends list, and I am going to go friend a friend of Carrie's, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go to Mike's friends list, and I'm going to friend a friend of Mike. And that's how we're going to go make. So I do that every day, and I don't always pop in and say anything to them. I just wait for them to accept my friend request. And then I might pop in their messenger because it'll pop up and be like, you've got I'm like, hey, just, you know, how are you today? Or thanks for accepting my friend request. Something like little and small, like it doesn't have to be anything big. Yes, I love this team too. It's so, like, I just don't know what I would do without True Vision and all of the friends that I've made through here. Like, I live in a really small town, and you know, you think you have friends or whatever, but you know, everybody that knows everybody and whatnot. And I just can't tell you, like, I have more people that I have made friends with in the last few years that check on me, see how I'm doing, and actually care than people that I was had been friends with since like high school, right? Like, I had gotten sick a few years ago and I was going through chemo and stuff, and nobody, like, just nobody was around, but I got all of these cards from my True Vision people, my team members, even people that I didn't know, I would get messages from. And it's like, when they say like we're really a true family, like it's really a true family. Like, and I just love that sense of just the compassion that everybody has for everybody, and that we all are on the same paths. Yeah, so Valera put some really good scripts up there for you guys to use. So I would copy and paste these and save them somewhere. And because you want to, oh, so we were doing follow-ups, and you want to reach out and do those follow-ups, and you want to start messaging everybody about the May promo, because it's really, really big, and let them know that it's not going to be here for long. You wanted them to get in on it, and don't be afraid to tell them about it. Then let me see. And then does anybody else have any questions? How many have you guys been doing any follow-ups? How many follow-ups have you done since we've been on here? Yeah, Sandra. Love you too. Yeah, and then we finally, and then you get to go places, and then you get to meet people, and it's like it's really like, so you've never met these people in person, and then you finally get to meet them, and it's like you've known them your whole life. Your fingers are cramping. Yay. So I know I got these sores on my finger from where I hold my phone. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so yeah, so it's just really awesome, like the way we are with each other. I'm just afraid to message because people will not see my message or block me. Okay, well then if they block you, Gabby, they're not your people. Let them block you. That's okay. Then if they block you, that's okay. Move on to the next person. If that person blocks you, then they're not your person. And you know what? And I've been blocked for a couple people, so I have my account, because my one account got taken or whatever. But then this one lady, she messaged me because she wanted to turn off her smart ship or something. And I was like, oh, well, I noticed you blocked me on my other account. I wasn't sure why. It was a total accident. Like, she did not even know. She was like, I don't even know how that happened. She had to get her kids to go in and fix it for her. And then I had another girl just the other day, the same thing happened. So like, and then it kind of, you know, made me feel better. Like, so I know what you mean, Gabby. Like, it can kind of hurt your feelings a little bit to get blocked, but that's okay. And it might even just be a mistake. They might have not meant to do it. Woohoo! Anitra's working on a potential right now. You got this, Gabby. She kicked butt last month too. Super proud of her. All right. My whole team, they were on fire. Like, and those people, like, they will push, like, on the days that I just feel like I have to be in there. My team, they are pushing me every single day to be better. I love it. Okay. Does anybody have, I know it's Saturday and you guys got things to do. You have tons and tons of people to go tell about the May promo. And remember, people are still, they are still getting those, their checks. And I don't see them saving it for a rainy day or putting it away. So you might as well go remind them that they have it too. Your action post is firing up. And then I love that action post. Oh, Miranda's making a 3-way with her downline. Those action posts are like, I really like to see, because then that's another way to really get to know some of your customers too. And it's a good way. And then you might want to write that down in your notes. I don't know if you take notes about your customers. So you know, here's Carrie. Carrie, she wants to lose 20 pounds. She just doesn't have the money right now. She just got laid off. And then maybe she hates the word super or something like that. And then, because then you can always go make a side joke with her about that word, or, you know, you can just bring it up in a conversation and laugh with her about that. Like, you don't always have to, when you are messaging people, you don't always have to be messaging them about Tru. And then, oh, Ashley signed 2 new people. Woo. Ashley was on fire last month too. She was signing them all day long. And like Miranda, she's using those 3-ways. She's like a 3-way queen. If you guys are not using 3-ways with your uplines, you're really missing out on those, the ones that are undecided, or they stopped replying to you, or they just want some more questions answered. You guys really, really, really should be putting them in a 3-way with your upline. Like, and it doesn't mean, and I've stressed this 100 times, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. And you have probably told this customer the same exact thing that your upline's going to tell them, but they are just hearing it from one more person. Or they're, and maybe the way that your person that you put them in the 3-way with just said it a little bit different, that they are like, aha, like it was an aha moment, or it just, they got it. And they're like, okay, I'm doing this now this time. So, yeah, Miranda's a really, really, really good closer. So those are really important. And then I was just going to say something. I didn't write it down. I was just going to say something. Ugh. I hate when I do that. I get off, and if you ask my team and we do our calls and stuff, I get off over here into left field sometimes. So I always got to like make my notes and write them down, or I just, but I was just, so back to the promo. And corporate put it in a little saying perfectly. And you guys, the way that they set up the first month with the new May promo, you guys really, really, really need to take advantage of that. I would explain to them, with, if they buy the new May promo, how they can actually make money back right away if they want to share those 4 trials with their friends. So take advantage of the way that is set up too. And they will get that money back right away. And then you have, they're more apt to, and then that's where your end can be, as too, with the business part of it. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, I know I ramble a lot and I don't mean to ramble, and I hate to ramble when you guys are like trying to concentrate too. But so now what you know, that my word that I need to decrease, and you can totally tell because I've probably said it over 50 times in this call. So now you guys are going to make fun of me probably when I say that all the time. The Tru Star Basic. It is supposed to be gone. I actually have not looked for it today. I know it's supposed to be gone, and the only people that put it on their smart ship and got it grandfathered in. You're welcome. And so that's where you could actually bring on, oh, okay, good. It is gone. So that's where, if the True Star Basic is gone, go offer them that May promo and give them those 4 trials that they can sell for $29, and boom, they just made their money back on their package and then some. So that's it, guys. Oh, any more questions? Oh, and then I don't know if you saw the cart. So some people were getting confused yesterday with the promo. You just, even though this is not the month for their heart and hydration, you still need to ask them what flavor of heart and hydration they would like. And then when you're building that cart for them, you're going to pick. Perfect, Michelle. You did, that's perfect. You did awesome then. And so don't forget, go show your team some love. Don't forget that you want to acknowledge everything about them. You don't just remember not to just be showing all the love for the ones that are ranking. You want to, if they made a first post, you want to show them some love. If, maybe they may send their first message. Maybe they showed up in your team chat today. Whatever it is, just make sure that you are giving credit and shout outs to everybody. Can we still get love on our post as a team? You can, you guys can always ask your team to go comment or whatever. I don't do that a lot anymore because I've been doing these other little groups, and I don't do it because we're all True Vision people. I want to get other people besides True Vision people on my feed and stuff. But if you need to bump up a post, or you want to get a few comments on it or whatever, then yeah, do what you do, Gabby. Go put it in the chat and be like, can somebody, can you guys go show me some love on our post or whatever? Perfect. All right. Well, I appreciate you all showing up here today. Okay, yeah, Gabby, go put it in the chat and make some of our people go comment on there for you. Thank you, Valera. Thank you all for showing up and listening to me ramble. And I appreciate you guys talking to me on a Saturday. And then if you have any questions, just let us know. And I can't wait to see all of you guys, all the excitement this month, and all of you guys ranking up and meeting your goals. And don't forget to write down your goals. And I want you to go revisit them, your monthly goal, and then break it down to your weekly. But I want you to go look at your monthly goal every single week. Every week, just go peek at your monthly goal and see where you are. And try to get in the habit of doing that every month if you don't already. I'm telling you, it really, really helps. All right, you guys all have a great day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.